Well, good evening, everyone. My name is Maryellen and I'm really excited tonight to share with you our health and immunity seminar. And I'm going to have some help tonight from Shelley Sheridan. And what we're going to share with you is information I heard 27 years ago. Because when I was introduced to Neolife, I was just a concerned mom looking to help my family. My younger son had a lot of respiratory issues, and I was looking for something that worked. I've been trying a lot of different supplements, and I was getting no results at all. And one day we were having dinner at a coworker of my husband, and I couldn't believe how great this girl looked. And she used to be tired and sick and run down all the time. And she was like glowing in health. So when I asked her what she was doing, she said, the only thing I'm doing different is taking these Neolife supplements. And of course, being a skeptic, I said, well, what makes it different? She said, all I know, it's been around since 1958, and I'm not sick and tired anymore. So I thought, well, what I'm doing is not working. I got some information. I got my family started. And my younger son, it's just to clarify, these products don't diagnose, treat, or cure any disease, but it is amazing what the body can do when it has the right support. And within 6 months, his health really turned around. He was able to get off of all his inhalers. He was breathing better. And now today, he's actually a firefighter. And my older son, he started focusing better in school. And I got rid of the migraine headaches I'd suffered from my whole life. So I got really excited. And when I looked at how Neolife differed from everything else, we're going to talk a lot tonight about diet, of course, and the foundation, because as you know, diet is what you eat. And the reality is 75% of all chronic diseases are preventable. And that's really exciting news because we can empower ourselves with that. And what are the keys to optimal health? A good diet, weight management, and of course, physical activity. You have to move your body. And Neolife supports all of these things. And we'll talk a little bit more about that later. And when you look at the Canadian Food Guide, they actually upgraded it in 2019, which I was so happy. Half of our plate should be all those dark color fruits and vegetables. And you can see like carrots, red bell peppers, peaches, apricots. In fact, we're supposed to eat 8 to 13 servings of those a day, which is pretty challenging. And we want to eat good quality protein foods, and we want to choose whole grain foods. And I know when I was introduced to Neolife, I didn't understand a lot of our grains are no longer whole. And it really does affect our health. And we want to, of course, make water our drink of choice because we have to have pure filtered water every day. It's important for our brain, our body temperature, our blood. We can't lose weight. We can't absorb nutrients. So we definitely need to drink lots of water. And kind of a guideline is about half your body weight in pounds is the amount of ounces you should drink a day as a guideline. And I'd like to introduce Shelley because she's going to share with us how what we aren't eating, how it's killing us. And she's a retired teacher and iridologist. So thank you, Shelley.
Thanks, Maryellen. Yes, this is so key because a lot of times we're focusing on what we do eat all the time, that we're not really thinking about what's missing from our foods that's actually killing us. And this was a 20-year study that they found what was missing from our food that we weren't getting enough of. And they looked at 195 different countries around the world, and they noticed that people were missing, were low in whole grains, low in fruit, low in nuts and seeds, low in the omega-3s, and low in vegetables. And we're going to talk about how to fill those nutrition gaps. But as you had mentioned, Maryellen, our whole grains are no longer whole. But what does that mean? As a teacher, and I actually was a health and phys ed teacher, and we talked about nutrition all the time, this blew my mind when I learned about this. So what it means is that when they started milling our grains, they took out the bran, they took out the endosperm, they took out the germ, and they also took out a lot of the nutrients when manufacturers make our bread and our pasta, because those grain oils go rancid. So that has been taken out of our food. And it's really important for those grain oils because they're essential fatty acids. And Dr. Segal, way back in 1994, said that this deficiency was perhaps the most important health problem in America because our cells rely on those grain oils. So when I had mentioned, Maryellen, that if things are being taken out of our food, that we definitely have to fill the gap. Well, there's so many things on the shelf right now. It can be so confusing. And so who do you trust and what do you use? And how do we fill these gaps?
Yeah, Shelley, that's so true. And especially when I took my holistic nutrition course, I realized there's so many different products out there and it's so confusing. But just because a product lists something doesn't mean that it actually has the amount in the bottle. And there's a lot of criteria we have to look for because it is important to fill that gap because research is showing it does play a role in helping to fight cancer, heart disease, and the ravages of aging. But when you look at what's out there on the shelf, a lot of people think just because something's in a store, it's safe. But as you can see, researchers found from 2007 to 2016, there were 776 products marketed as dietary supplements that contain hidden active ingredients that were unsafe or unstudied. And that's scary because, as a consumer, what do you look for? Well, when I was introduced to Neolife, I really realized this was a company, a name you could trust. It had been around since 1958. It is in over 50 countries around the world. They have a pharmaceutical license, so they follow all the guidelines. In Canada, we have our NPN numbers, right? And they have an incredible, respected research team. And there's a couple things that really make them stand out. They were the first to champion whole food nutrition and to focus on cellular health because you think we're only as healthy as our cells, healthy tissue, healthy organ, healthy body. So what do you look for when you're looking at a supplement, right? Well, the first thing I always say is you want to find out what that product is made from because, just because it's natural doesn't mean it's food, right? And food is our medicine, right? That's, the Hippocratic oath. A lot of products out there, they use petroleum, pine bark, ephedra, fungus, coal tar. Even a lot of the vitamin Ds out there right now are sheep wool, lanolin, which is a very common source. But as Shelley mentioned, what are we missing in our diet? We're missing whole grains, fruits and vegetables, and wild salmon. And that's what Neolife bases their products on, whole foods that are all GMO free. And they use the purest extractions and concentrates. So every raw material is tested. When the raw materials come in, they're tested, the product's made, is tested again, comes to Canada, goes into quarantine, tested again. So what this means is you can be 100% sure that's what's on the label is in the bottle, but they go one step further with their mechanical stomach and they make sure what's in the product actually will get into the body. And that's why they work so well. And the reason they have this high quality control is because of our scientific advisory board, which is founded by Dr. Arthur First, one of the top toxicologists in the world. He actually was a co-founder of oral chemotherapy. And when he was doing his research in cancer, he found nutrients in food to prevent disease. So that's why he joined up with Neolife in the 1970s. And he set up our prestigious scientific advisory board of world-renowned scientists and researchers that are involved in the research and development of the product. A lot of these products take decades to come to market. They just won't bring it out just because there's a hype going on in the marketplace. And also they're not just good looking doctors who endorse the product. They actually are absolutely involved. And they're very well known in scientific circles too. They work with the USDA, Center of Disease Control. And one thing that really impressed me is all the products are independently tested, published in peer-reviewed journals like the New England Journal of Medicine. So good evidence-based science. So Shelley, would you like to share how we can fill this gap with our foundation product, Pro Vitality?
Absolutely. I just love this product. And the first one there that you see, the oval green one, those are the grain oils that we've been talking about. And that's what helps our cells. And this is what really drew me to this company. I had never heard of this before. And it's so important because it's the essential fatty acids, those phytolipids and sterols from whole grains, less gluten than a bowl of gluten-free cereal, developed for a hospital research study where some women were sick with chronic fatigue, adrenal fatigue. When they realized, when they talked about what was happening with the milling of our foods, they took the grain oils, gave it back to the women, and the women got better because those grain oils help promote cellular energy and efficiency. And so many people say to me, Shelley, I exercise, I eat well, I'm tired all the time. That's the grain oils. Your cells aren't working as well as they could be without those grain oils. Also amazing for helping to balance hormones as well. This is how it works. On the left is your unhealthy cell. You can see the outside membrane isn't as malleable. It's more difficult for the nutrients to get in, more difficult for the toxins to get out. On the right-hand side with the grain oils, you see a nice efficient cell. Nutrients are going in, turning into nutrition, feeding our body. Toxins are going out. They're working the way that they're supposed to work. So if you have cells that are efficient and working well, then you feel lots of, more energy, and your body is working so much better. At Texas A&M University, they did a study and they showed that when you introduce the tree NN, the absorption of your nutrients went up 50%. Such a big difference. The carotenoids, oh my goodness, for your immune system, something we're all looking for right now, and you can see carrot in the carotenoids. It comes from what Maryellen talked about: bell peppers, spinach, strawberries, squash, tomatoes. USDA and CDC research, I love that about the Neolife products, is that they are researched by science. Boosts the immune system 37% in 20 days when you take 3 of them a day. It was the research was so groundbreaking that it was published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, presented at the Academy of Sciences. 80 pounds of raw fruits and vegetables in every bowl. And I'm so grateful right now that we have access to this product to help us boost our immune system. And this is how it works. Our bodies, our cells get hit by 10,000 hits of free radicals every single day. So we want fruits and vegetables to be able to protect them instead of our cells being damaged by the free radicals. So on the right is the high fruit and vegetable diet. As Maryellen said, it's hard to get that 9 to 13 servings. So this is a great way to fill the gap and help protect our cells. And the salmon oil, oh my goodness, this is, Maryellen, you mentioned about your migraines, how it helped you. It helped me so much with both my joint health when I had bad knees, and then when I broke my leg. It's an anti-inflammatory. It's so essential for cardiovascular health. Inflammatory balance brings down that inflammatory index. Brain and central nervous system function, behavioral health and learning, immune health and healing, eye health and vision, maintaining flexible joints, which worked for me, cognitive health and aging, which is so important right now for everybody being back at work, back at school, people who are aging. Also, the World Health Organization has said that inflammation is the basis of so many chronic diseases like cancer, cardiovascular, Alzheimer's, neurological diseases, arthritis, autoimmune, diabetes too, pulmonary diseases. You really need to get control of that low-grade inflammation, and some people even have chronic inflammation. So that's so important to have that salmon oil. And one of the reasons that it actually, do you know what, if Cindy is available now, before I explain how exactly it works, if Cindy's available to share her testimonial, because I know that she loves the salmon oil as well. Is your internet working okay?
No, sorry, she's having trouble with her computer, but I know when I met Cindy, I remember she told me she had like pain head to foot, and she was introduced to Neolife, but she was already taking a salmon oil, so she didn't think it would make a difference. But when the person said to her, well, what's the source? That kind of struck with her. And, and when you see what the difference is in our salmon oil, the fact it's all 8 omega-3s, like that's not EPA and DHA. When you eat a piece of fish, it has all 8 and they all work together. And the fact it's tested for over 200 contaminants with an allowability of 0. I know a lot of companies only test for 5 contaminants. So you can be sure this is, like it says, no tox, no mercury, no lead, nothing at all. But what really impressed me the most was the fact that in clinical trials, it was proven to reduce inflammation by 68%. So it made so much sense. No wonder Cindy doesn't have pain anymore. No wonder I got rid of my migraines and your joints are better, right, Shelley? It makes such a difference for sure. And when you look at what inflammation does to the cell, it destroys it, right? It damages it. It's the leading, they say it's the #1 enemy of our cells. So the more omega-3s you have, the lower that you have for inflammation, but it plays a lot of roles in the body, not just inflammation, but also heart protective as well. It was actually shown to reduce triglycerides by 17% and improve that omega-3 to omega-6 ratio. And I know even for children, it makes such a difference in their behavior. And the Royal College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists actually featured the Neolife salmon oil in their magazine because it was so pure, and the fact that it had all 8 parts. And I know I see a lot of products that don't recommend to take while you're pregnant or you're nursing. So this shows the purity of the product.
Yeah,
And
and
Shelley,
I was actually, Mariana, if I can add, I was actually able to see my dad's blood work from to watch it go down as he was taking the salmon oil. So it's really, great to have all 8 of them because that's when it's an anti-inflammatory for sure.
yeah, it works so much better.
For sure.
Absolutely.
And the fourth one is the essential vitamin and mineral complex. And this is the 21 micronutrients that your body can't make that you have to get from food. So therefore, this is a great way to fill that gap as well. And it has the phytoenzymes for easy digestion. So really nice to have all 4 of them in a great pack. 12 pounds of the whole grains that you can't get in your food anymore, that 80 pounds of the fruits and vegetables, 10 servings of that omega-3 as well, and your vitamins and minerals. And Violet, you just love taking this Pro Vitality Pack as well, right? You have a wonderful story to share.
Thank you, Shelley. Yes, I do. My first product when I was introduced to Neolife was Pro Vitality. And so I started with that. And before that, I knew about Pro Vitality. I would take vitamins from GNC to CVS to Walgreens, wherever I could find any vitamins, I was taking it to see whether I would get any extra energy because I was so low in energy, wanted to sleep all the time, but I couldn't because I had to get up and work, so forth. So when I started the Pro Vitality, oh my God, within like a week, less than a week, I had to tell you that maybe 3 to 5 days time, I saw a big difference. I was like, oh my God, it makes me like excited about the whole thing. When I think about that, when it happened to me, I was like, oh my God, this makes a difference to me and I need to tell people. So I suddenly kind of from my sleep, I woke up and I started to talk about the Pro Vitality because I got more energy. I didn't want to sleep anymore. I wanted to work. I felt good. And even like the brain fog I had, it was clearing up. And that was my start with Pro Vitality. And the product is amazing. Thank you, Shelley.
Oh, and thank you so much, Violet, for sharing that. And that's a common thing that we hear, right, Mariella? It's a common thing that when people get started on the Pro Vitality, they have that more energy. And I have many clients as well who say, I one specifically who said she'd get her kids off to school and then she'd come back and she'd have a nap. She doesn't have to do that anymore now that she's on the Pro Vitality, similar to what you were saying, Violet.
Uh-huh.
So the Pro Vitality helps that abundant energy, anti-aging, flexible, healthy joints, youthful skin, hair, and nails, heart health, immune strength, healthy brain function, clear vision, antioxidant protection, lifelong cellular health, which is what we want. We need our cells. And as a teacher, oh my goodness, hyperactivity at home and at school. It's usually a lot is going on and kids can just be so active and there's so many things. And then how do parents deal with that? A lot to be dealing with right now in terms of what's going on in the environment as well as just intake of food and nutrition. And so I'm really pleased as a teacher to be able to share this with parents because Neolife has Liquivite, which has those grain oils in. And then that's for the younger toddlers and babies. And as Maryellen said, safe for babies. And then it goes into chewables with the VitaGuard and Vita Squares for your immune system and your grain oils. And the amazing salmon oil, some kids can swallow it, some kids can chew it, sometimes they get it squeezed out, however it works for them. But your grandchildren, Maryellen, have been on them, and I love that they haven't been on antibiotics. My son, I wish I would have known about this a long time ago because he did that cycle of the earaches and antibiotics. And, we had different issues as he grew up. But your grandchildren, my goodness.
Yeah, I know it's I'm so thankful that I was introduced to Neolife, that I could share it with them. Like during pregnancy, my daughter-in-laws, they'd go for their ultrasounds, and they always commented how like well developed the heart and the lungs were. And it's so great to give your children such a strong start. And even when they went to daycare, the daycare person would say they were like bulletproof. They're the only kids that didn't get sick. Or, and if they did, it was a sniffle for a day and they fought it off. So, yeah. And it's a great way to healthy start for an energy-filled day when you pair it with our Neolife shake. And this was something that made such a huge difference with me, because I used to find my blood sugar, I was always too low. I'd get shaky and tired, and I was hangry. And if I have a shake in the morning, it just keeps my blood sugar so steady. And it's such a great breakfast for the whole family. And my granddaughters have it for before school too, to feed their brain. And it's, you know, you can use it as a delicious breakfast or a meal replacement or after a workout. And what basically makes it different than all the other shakes out there is it's biologically complete with all 22 amino acids. And that's very unique. Sometimes a lot of products will have the essential amino acids, but they don't have them in biological forms. And amino acids play a huge role in the body for digestive enzymes, because a lot of people don't realize that if they're not producing these enzymes, they're going to feel bloated and uncomfortable. For antibodies to fight infection and disease, T cells, our first defense against viruses and stuff, are produced through protein. Hormones, you can't make a proper hormone in the body without the essential fatty acids that are in ProVitality, and also good quality protein, and even collagen in our skin. And as I mentioned, the hype product this year is all these collagen shakes and things, but they're not biologically complete. If you have all the amino acids, your body will make the proper collagen. And it also, as I mentioned, helps to control blood sugar level. And what's inside is all natural. That's one thing that impressed me so much. As I mentioned, all 22 amino acids, and they actually have what they call a protein digestibility score. And what that means is that how much of the protein you're actually absorbing. Because with protein, a lot of the protein shakes out there are not absorbed very well. And that's why people get a lot of discomfort with them. It has 18 grams per serving, because, that's the, a proper between 18 and 21 grams is a good amount of protein to have at a daily thing. 5 grams of fiber, controlled glycemic response, and 25 essential vitamins and minerals, and whole food antioxidants. And the thing that really impressed me was the fact that it had the fiber and that you can mix it. Like, I find this makes it easier for me to get more fruits and vegetables in my diet, because I'll add some strawberries and some spinach, and I blend it up, and it's just delicious. Like, vanilla, chocolate, strawberry. It's just incredible. And there's no artificial anything. And look, there's a picture of my granddaughters. Like, you can see Nora when she was a baby. As soon as she could drink out of a sippy cup, she could drink this shake. And to this day, they love it. And it makes me feel really good that they get that good quality protein with no hydrogenated fats, lactose free, no cholesterol, gluten. So it's such an incredible product. And if you do need to lose a little bit of weight, you can also use the shake to assist in that as well. And like for me, I use it for maintenance, right? Because you can use the shake to maintain weight. You can use it to lose weight. Or if somebody needs to gain weight, you take it with your food. And I've had like some kids who are really skinny, and they'll start taking the shake, and the parents say they start to balance out. And the nice thing is it's not going to put you too much or too little, because nutrition balances, right? And a great way to start off, especially if you're looking not just at a weight loss program, but if you just want to do a good, easy 3-day cleanse. And that's the nice thing about this cleanse, it's only 3 days. It'll remove the toxins from your body. It does help a lot with immunity as well, because toxins, of course, interfere. It's a great jumpstart for a weight loss program, slows aging, and people say they have so much energy. And what I love, you just feel lighter, like my stomach feels so much flatter, and I have so many people who feel so good on this product. So if you are looking at it to lose weight, what you would do is you'd have a shake in the morning, and you don't put a lot of fruit and stuff in if you're trying to lose weight, just maybe a couple berries or something. Then you have a healthy snack, and we actually give you a mini meal list of healthy snacks with protein, carb, good fat combinations. So for instance, there's one like strawberries and some almonds as an example. And then for lunch, you can either do a healthy lunch, or if you want, a lot of people will do, if you need to lose quite a bit of weight, another shake at lunchtime, then another healthy snack. So there's like some vegetables with a piece of cheese or hummus, and then you do a balanced dinner. So what's really nice about this is you can do this with your family. Like they can still eat normal. Like you don't have to, like I know a lot of people, a lot of programs, they have to make 2 different sets of meals and stuff. Well, you can still, enjoy meals with your family and still get on a healthy lifestyle, because the key is this is a lifestyle change. Okay. It's not a diet. And the reason it works so well is it gets your blood sugar in that zone, because most of the time, what do? We get up in the morning, and I know it used to be cereal, toast, even though I thought I was oatmeal, it's not always bad choices, but it's all carbohydrate, right? So what happens is your blood sugar spikes up and then it bottoms out. And then the body says, danger, danger, we got to get that blood sugar back up. So you're on that roller coaster all day. So when you're doing that, you are storing fat in your body. And so getting your blood sugar in the zone prevents fat storage, promotes fat burning. Not only that, you're going to have so much energy when you do it. And there was actually clinical studies on this shake. And what I liked about this study was they sent it to home to people in real life situations. Okay, they weren't like in an office or anything. They actually went home and led their normal life and look at the results: weight loss, 10% body fat reduction, cardioprotective, 15% reduction in LDL, and improved LDL HDL ratio. And all this research is published in the Journal of the American College of Nutrition. So very good evidence-based research. So that's pretty exciting to think that just doing that. In fact, one of my clients, she sent me an email yesterday and she said, "You're not going to believe my dad. He started the shakes. He's losing weight. He has energy. And his doctor said it's the best blood panel he's had. And the only thing he added was a shake." So to get that type of result is it's phenomenal, right? And here's one of my clients, her sister Gabby. She was 30 years old. Her husband was 40, and he passed away from diabetes, complications of diabetes. And she wanted to get her life on track. She had a 4-month-old and an 8 and a 10-year-old. And she did amazing. She got on this program and she said it was so easy. It's a lifestyle change. She lost 34 pounds, and look at her today. Like, this is what's nice. She's kept the weight off. So, and she says, "I'm so happy because I'm an example for my children." She didn't want them to grow up in the same unhealthy lifestyle that her and her husband had. And then she helped her mom. Her mom lost over 20 pounds in 5 months with the breakfast pack, which is the shake and the Pro Vitality. And with the help of her doctor, she was actually able to get off diabetes, cholesterol, and reflux medications, and also lots of pain relief with her arthritis. And Carlos is our biggest loser. He's lost 251 pounds in 26 months. And when I met Carlos, I said to him, "Carlos, a lot of people are afraid to lose so much weight because your skin gets saggy." And he says, "I lost the fat, but not my muscle." And he says, "Not only that, I was able to get off most of my medications, and I'm living life, exercising, feeling good." And that's what it's all about. It's all about the health effects. So this is your total health and wellness solution. The core is always Pro Vitality, but if you need to tweak it, if you have some questions, like maybe you've got low bone density, we've got a great calcium. If you've got joint issues, and I know Shelley, you love the full motion, right? That really helped you with the salmon oil.
Yeah, I really do. I mean, I love the salmon oil for the inflammation, but the full motion for my joints, because I had to stop running because I had such aches and pains in my knees. I had my knees scoped in my 20s, and all of a sudden in my 40s they came back and there was an issue. Started on the full motion. I didn't want to have surgery. Started the full motion. Within a month, I was back running. When I added the salmon oil, I wore braces at the time. And within the year, I didn't even wear those and haven't since. And that's been, oh my goodness, 12, 13, 14 years by now. Yeah, so just really, really pleased with the full motion, and also loving vegan D as well, just because of living in Canada, but also helping with the absorption with calcium. I like this because it's naturally sourced. It's not from lanolin. It's not from the sheep's wool. This one comes from mushroom and reindeer lichen, and just a real high potency and safety, and just both the D3 and the D2. So it's an amazing vegan D for us as well. So if you're looking for something to fill the gap, or to help with some of the issues that you might have, We do have at Neolife a wellness club. It's free to join, and it allows you to have a savings of anywhere from 15 to 30%. There is a convenient monthly delivery if you want it auto shipped to your home. And I love that there's a loyalty program where you can get all of your shipping dollars back again to try some other products as well. Plus, there's a referral program that you can earn your products for free as a thank you just for sharing when you see how well these products will work for you as they have for us. And the fitness and the weight loss challenges, I just finished the 30-day fitness challenge. I'm on to the 90-day challenge. So really great way to have some encouragement, accountability, and maybe get some free prizes too. So these are the 3 health packs that we have. The Pro Vitality that we've talked about. The breakfast pack is the one with the 2 canisters because you have 1 shake a day along with the Pro Vitality, and then the Shape Up pack, which gives you the 2 shakes a day along with the Pro Vitality. And pick the one that would work best for you, just to start on something, see how your body starts to adjust, see how your cells start to get that nutrition. Just amazing, amazing products. And if you want to hear more testimonials like we heard tonight and more science and interviews, we have a great private Facebook group, the Neolife Healthy Living Community. So ask the person who invited you here tonight to invite you to this group. So this is more about the products and just hearing stories. And we also have one more option if you are looking, as so many people are right now, for something to be able to do at home as a home-based business. If you're looking for a little extra income, I was teaching. I wasn't looking for something else to do. I was looking for a little extra income to be able to, travel with my family, pay for my products, so I could do some extra things. And this was an amazing opportunity for me. So this might be something that you are looking for. Maryellen, you were working as well, but wanted to make a change.
Yeah, when I was introduced to Neolife, I was just a concerned mom trying to help my family. But when I saw the results I was getting, I just could not stop sharing my story. And that's how, and I realized that people were interested and they started asking, I started sharing information with them, and they got started, and then they started getting great results. And all of a sudden I started getting some checks in the mail. And it was, I'm so thankful now because I've been working at home since 2006. And it's great. Like I was able to help take care of my grandkids. I was home when my kids were teenagers. We were able to travel, and it really, and even now with my husband being retired, it's with just retirement income, we wouldn't be able to do the lifestyle that we do now. And I never realized what it would lead into because I wasn't a business person. I'd always worked for somebody. But this business, you're not in business for yourself, but not by yourself. So you have the support. We have all the team helps each other, and it's just such a positive way. And we have the Ideal Business Facebook group too, which if you want to hear some of the stories of some of the people who, people from, that are in fitness or in police officers or teachers, we have all sorts of great stories. You can ask us, we can invite you to that too. And tonight,
I love actually, Maryellen, as well, that this is for all ages. It's for, younger, 20s and 30s who want to make an impact, who want to be able to, be at home and have flexibility and do this from anywhere. And also for somebody who's retired, because when I retired, I was grateful to have this as a community and to be able to, still get together with uplifting positive people and make an impact. So it's available for all ages as well, for sure.
Yeah, that's so true, Shelley, because I was in my 30s when I got started, and it was something that I could do, like, even though I was busy, you're around people all the time, so it was very easy to share. So tonight, if you just want to get started on the products, we welcome you to join as a club member. It's a great way to start. But if you're looking that maybe you're looking for some additional income that won't interfere with what you're doing now, you could do part-time or full-time. You could start as a promoter, or if you just want some more information, we'd be, contact the person who invited you tonight, and we'd be happy to share that. And I'd like to thank everyone for coming on the call tonight. I'm always super excited to see so many people, interested in their health. And thank you, Shelley, for your for helping me out tonight. And Violet, thank you so much for your testimonials. So I'm going to stop the recording and then we can open it up for questions.